Hello everyone and welcome to this Euro Truck Simulator 2 video. So in this video I'm going to provide you some tips that will help you pass the scenarios of the truck driving proficiency. Now as you can see, I have completed all the scenarios and 3 stars in all but 2 of them. And I'm going to talk about that as tip number 1. I mainly obtained the 3 stars because I wanted to know what it feels like aiming for those 3 stars. It did not, it was not trucking for me, it was racing. And unless you want to become a racer, fine, there are many games out there specific for that. But I believe you will have a much better time in career mode if you concentrate mostly on passing the scenario by doing the maneuvers properly. Then if you want to become a racer, you can. I tried to, but at the end, I'm a real trucker. You have to understand that my real trucking instinct kicked in, and I could go ahead and get 3 stars in those 2 also. But you know how I'm gonna do it? Try, fail, try again, fail, try again, fail, try again, fail. I passed. I can pat myself on the shoulder. That's not Elden Ring, okay? So that's going to be tip number 1. Concentrate on passing the scenarios. This way you will put everything that you learned in the truck driving basics, the first module of the truck driving academy. You will put all of these into practice, and that's how I think the truck driving proficiency should be approached. Then if you want, you can go for the bonus conditions. However, I would highly recommend you to use only the interior camera, even if you are going for the pass conditions and not necessarily for the bonus conditions. Because even here, if you look at those 2, I still got my interior camera. Okay, it was only time limit and other things that I was not really paying attention to be honest. I was concentrating mostly on the maneuvers, but that's how I would recommend you, at least initially, to approach the truck driving proficiency scenarios is by concentrating on your maneuvers and doing them properly. Which brings me to tip number 2, truck driving basics. It goes without saying that if you are struggling with the truck driving basics, forget about even obtaining a pass in the truck driving proficiency. And the good news is I already have on my channel lots of useful videos on how to do all those required maneuvers. And I go even into detail, not only showing you what you need to do, but why you need to do them, how to do them, when to do them. And there are even additional videos. So I would highly recommend watching all the videos in the playlist. I will put a link to the playlist in the description of the video, and I will attract your attention to a particular video. It's about the visual references that you can use inside your truck to know what's happening outside. This is going to be extremely useful when you will be then doing the truck driving proficiencies. So if you're still struggling with the truck driving basics, link is in the description of the video. I have a playlist of lots of useful videos to help you pass all those scenarios. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a huge difference between trucking in real life, or being in the truck in real life, and on a desktop simulator, and that's the view. Most of you are probably using keyboard shortcuts or the mouse to look around. I do have a truck IR, but still, when I'm in my truck, the real truck, I can tell you it's a completely different thing. And that's the major difference. If you ever step into a real truck, that's a major difference. The mirrors are so big, even driver's side mirror, you have passenger side mirror, you have no problem. Here I will have to zoom. And even with Truck IR, zooming requires me to press a button, and it's definitely not as convenient as in real life. Okay, on top of that, most of you are probably using a normal sized monitor, which means that the mirrors are going to be even smaller, and the view you get inside even more smaller compared to real life. So that's why there are two things you can do. First, you can peek outside on the window if you're doing driver's side maneuvers. Okay, in my actual truck, by looking at the mirror, the wide angle mirror, I can see what the wheel, the front wheel is doing. Okay, but not in the simulator, even if I tilt the mirror all the way down. So I have to look outside, then I can see what the front wheels are doing. That's one thing, peeking outside of the window. And second thing is, of course, to use those pop-up windows. Okay, you have a much easier time now monitoring both mirrors, because in real life, trust me, it's easy to move from one mirror to the other. Here I have to tilt my head in a certain robotic way, I should say. It's not like in real life, but in real life, from one mirror to the other, you don't have to tilt your head that much. You use mostly the eyes. You move it to the side with a slight turn of the head, and you can shift from one mirror to the other very easily. Okay, so here, best thing is to use those mirrors. Now you already know that. You already know you have those pop-up windows. You already know you can peek outside the window. But why am I bringing this as a tip? It's because I'm already hearing those so-called pros. Wait, you're using those pop-up mirrors? That's a noob thing. Pros don't do that. Wait a minute. Are you peeking outside the window? Hey man, if you want to become a pro, you will need only the mirrors. And like this, the real truck mirrors, not those pop-up windows. And if you want an advice, tell those so-called pros to GAFY. We have those things because, as I already pointed out, there's a huge difference between real trucking and desktop tracking, and that's why they give us those options, so that it makes things easier and more accessible. So that's tip number 3. Don't be afraid to peek outside the window or to use those pop-up mirrors if you feel you need them. Now you might feel, because that's what I thought at the beginning, that if you change to outside view, you will immediately fail. But fortunately, as long as you're not moving, like here, I will switch to outside view and inside view several times. Like here, inside view, outside view, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. I would have failed already. But because I'm not moving, what it's doing is, because, I mean, we all know we've been requesting the get out and look feature, which other simulators are bringing, by the way, okay? Even interacting with the truck. But we are not asking that much from Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. We are just asking for a proper get out and look. Fortunately, they allow us to do their take on a get out and look, and the best they can do is you know, outside view. Okay, so feel free to change to outside view and have a look around, especially when we have a trailer attached and everything. You want to see the space. Okay, if you have space, you can turn, if you can do whatever it is you want to do, and then switch back to in-cab view. Okay, and then to demonstrate it, what I'm gonna do is, here, I'm gonna drive, no problem. Okay, as usual. Now let's switch to outside view. Okay, camera, now I fail. Because why? I have moved the truck while using the outside view. So as long as you are not moving, and to be on the safe side, just apply the parking brake, or keep your brake pedal depressed. This way you can switch from inside view to outside view, and you won't fail because of the use of outside camera. So my next tip is going to be, when you are doing a scenario, do not restart as soon as you fail. keep doing the scenario so that you know each and every section, what are the problems you are facing and how to solve them. Like for example here, I'm driving, let's say it's the first time I'm doing this scenario, driving, you can see cones, no idea how to tackle that section already, so I find space here, maybe between those two cones, and what else? Driving and boom, collision, scenario failed. What we do? Press escape and then click on restart? No, I continue. I find space here and here, not correcting enough, and driving over that section here, failed. Okay, driving along the designated path, I've already failed anyway, but I continue. Maybe here, maybe there, I don't know. Guessing. Okay, boom boom, bam bam, etc. But I keep going. I have an idea how the cones are arranged, and also, okay, let's see what's ahead. And this way, you will know each and every section of that specific scenario and how to tackle them. Like here, maybe I'm driving too much forward, so when I turn here, no problem, absolutely no problem, but when I turn there, big problem, boom. Okay, what do? Restart? No. Okay, I know, maybe I should have kind of turned earlier, but I keep going. I've already reversed once, so change of direction, but no problem. Here I drive over this place. It's not telling me because it already told me that I failed, but I keep going. Now let's say that I'm stuck. I'm stuck here and I can't move. Only then you restart the scenario. But if you can continue, direction changes, no problem. If you can continue, you continue. Okay, and eventually you will learn all the different parts of the scenario. Okay? When learning a specific scenario, here are a few ways you can do it. So let's say we've done the first part a few times and we know how to do it. And we'll know once again, I'm trucking, I'm not racing. You already know which course you need to take in order to avoid the obstacles, the cones and everything. I've already mentioned visual reference. Even if I'm not seeing the cones, I cannot know where they are, avoiding them. And let's say we know how to do this part, but somehow you mess up here and you fail. Okay, what do? Escape, restart? No, because I'm gonna do again a section of the scenario that I already know how to do. I'm already comfortable with that section. What's coming ahead, I'm not comfortable yet. So I keep going unless I'm stuck, which seems to be the case. No. Unless I'm stuck, then I restart. Otherwise, I keep going. And let's attempt this one. There we go. Entry good. Exit needs to be good also. Now I need to continue driving forward, okay, in order to avoid hitting that blue cone here. But what if I don't pay attention to this and I turn immediately? Same thing here. I hit and I already failed, but now I know, oh, no problem, I'm reversing, but I've already failed. It's gonna count as a change of direction, but I've already failed anyway. And now I drive a little bit more forward, and then I turn. And now let's see another way you can learn a difficult part of a scenario. Like here, I have no idea what to do. You come, you tap something. You tap something. Oh, I was supposed to fail. Okay, let's do it like here. Okay. I could continue, like I've already said, I could continue to then tackle what's coming in front, but what I can do is I can set up the truck again to attempt that section as many times as I can, as long as I'm not stuck. Okay, I'm reversing, putting my truck back into a proper position, and attempt that section again and again and again until I get stuck or I successfully understand. I need to understand what happened. Okay, what happened that made me fail. Here, no problem. Here, what happened? I went too much into the barrier because I know there's a cone here. So how far can I go? Okay, how far can I go without hitting the barrier and without touching the cone? There it is. Now I've got it. Okay, if you need to back and forth, so same thing in front. You come, you fail, okay, you reverse, you fail, or you continue and then do the next section, whatever you feel more comfortable with, until eventually, okay, you will get all the sections properly done, maybe not in the same run, and that's where, okay, let me talk about it. Suppose, okay, let's say there are 10 difficult sections in that scenario. I can pass through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, not that much, but 9, 10, okay. Then at some point I fail at number 3, which is something I usually do, but I know how to do it. No problem, I continue. I was failing 6, 7, 8, but now I'm passing at 6, 7, 8, but I'm failing at 9. No problem, because I know how to do 9, but just that this time I fail. Until you can pass at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can pass through all the sections properly. Now you need to concentrate, because you can do all the sections properly, but you need to do them in a single run. And this is how you're going to eventually pass the scenario. These were just a few quick tips that I think some people might find very useful if you're struggling with truck driving proficiency. And of course, as already pointed, I already have tutorials on how to complete the truck driving basics, because everything you're doing here, you must already be proficient in the basics. Okay, here it's just additional challenges. If there is enough request, I could do same as I did for the truck driving basics. I could do specific tutorials for each and every scenario of the truck driving proficiency. So let me know in the comment section if you are interested, because of course there are 26. Maybe you have specific ones, or maybe you want me to do everything, or maybe you don't need my help at all, and I don't want to spend time doing things that nobody is gonna watch at the end. So let me know if you want me to do tutorials for each and every scenarios in the truck driving proficiency. I hope you find these tips useful. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in another video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.